Hello, I'm very much excited today in interviewing Christine Oldfield, who is the Executive Director of Volunteer Center of Guelph Wellington. I'm interviewing her for our New Horizons program. This program is broadcast every Monday, 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.3 FM dial, and this is a seniors focused program. Most of the issues which we discuss in this program are seniors focused, and we have a team of three people: myself, Arun Trikha, and the other person is Doug Blackwood. The third person, Kim Log, she is mostly involved in the mobile studio which we got from New Horizons grant, and this mobile studio is moving all over Guelph in various facilities, senior homes and senior centers, and she is involved in all the interviews and all the mix downs what are done there. So I'm so excited, as I already told you, and Christine will be telling about the Guelph Wellington Volunteer Center, what is actually in the volunteer center, what are its activities, where is it located, how you can contact the center or the director herself. So welcome so much on our New Horizons program, Christine.
Thank you for having me.
So you can go on tell about yourself.
Sure. My name is Christine Oldfield. I'm the Executive Director of the Volunteer Center of Guelph Wellington. I've been with the center for more than 10 years now, actually.
Oh my goodness, more than 10 years?
More than 10 years
Oh.
in a variety of roles, and then had the opportunity to take on the position of Executive Director last December.
Okay.
So the Volunteer Center, for those people who don't know, we're located in downtown Guelph on Cork Street. And I really think of the organization as being, or the purpose of the organization is to connect people with their community in meaningful ways. And we have a variety of programs that fall under that purpose. One of them is our membership and volunteer services. So which is probably what we're most known for. We help connect volunteers with volunteer opportunities in our community. So we have an online database of volunteer opportunities. We also have a telephone line, and people can come and visit our office and talk to our staff and volunteers at the front desk to see where would be the best place for them as a volunteer, depending on their interests, their skills, their passion, their availability. And we really believe at the Volunteer Center that everyone has the ability and would benefit from contributing to their community as a volunteer.
So when you talk of the membership, is it free or you have to pay something for the membership?
We have different memberships, but our agency membership is $193 annually, and that's a membership for registered nonprofits and charities, and we provide a variety of services for our members for that amount. One of the key services that we provide is recruiting volunteers for our member organizations. And actually the reason the Volunteer Center came into being was because there was an acknowledgement that all of these smaller organizations with limited resources were having to do the work of recruiting volunteers to their organizations, and felt that it would be better that would be done in a centralized way, so that those organizations who have those limited resources could use them or direct them towards their mission-driven work. And so an organization like the Volunteer Center can do that broad outreach about volunteering, and people could come to one place to find out a variety of opportunities, and we would connect them that way. So that's part of the reason that the Volunteer Center came into being, and we're very much a membership-based organization. We would not exist without our members. They let us know what the volunteer needs are in their community, and then because we do a lot around promoting volunteerism broadly and encouraging people or talking about the benefits of volunteering, we also want to make sure they have a really good experience when they get to the location where they're doing that volunteer work. So for that reason, we also do training and consultation with nonprofits and charities on how best to engage volunteers based on what we know from research or in the field on best practices in volunteer engagement.
So you have volunteers for all the age groups?
We have volunteer opportunities for everyone.
Oh, volunteer opportunities for everyone.
For everyone of every age
But
range.
you know, this program for which we are interviewing today is a New Horizons program which is
Mm-hmm.
seniors focused.
Yes.
So, is there any program which is directly connected with the or directly seniors focused in your
Mm-hmm.
center?
Absolutely. About might be close to 2 years ago, we received funding from the New Horizons program,
Same one.
same one, to create a dedicated website that we call Seniors Engaged.
Oh my goodness.
And it is www.seniorsengaged.ca. And
And let me tell my listeners that I am also a brand ambassador in Seniors Engaged, and that's why Kristen knows me. She knows me from other aspects also because I was off and on coming to this volunteer center. But when she told me that, I think the first event was held in Senior Center on Woolwich Street, where I volunteered myself that I can be a brand ambassador, if I remember correctly.
absolutely. So you're a little bit biased in already being in support of this program, but it very much links with what you do as well to engage seniors in the community. So what we thought was that the Volunteer Center, we have a strength in recruiting volunteers. We also run a community information program. So we have a dedicated telephone line and database on services and programs in the community. So those were two programs that were very strong programs, and we wanted to bring those together in one place for seniors in particular. So we created seniorsengage.ca. And so that website, we're hoping that seniors will visit, and whether or not they are looking to engage in their community as a volunteer, maybe they have some extra time to give, they have some certain skills or passions that they would like to activate, or perhaps it's that they're looking for a service for themselves or a loved one, or perhaps they're a caretaker of somebody who requires a service or program. So they can also come to this website. So whether it's something you have to give or something you need, it's sort of a one-stop shop for you, this website. And in terms of there's also stories about senior volunteers and the impact that the volunteer work has had on their lives. So we do try to promote the unique value of volunteering for seniors. Most people know that volunteering is an important way in which we can give back to the community, but it's also good for your health, which people don't always know.
I know, Christine, you are telling the benefits of volunteering. I have experienced in myself because I am also a senior and I had so many problems, my health issues, my health problems when I was not volunteering and doing some other jobs for living. So it has given me a lot of energy, lot of enthusiasm, initiative, and all those things. And when you talk of the stories, I'm so excited that you have a section or a page on your Seniors Engaged .ca website. There is a page or a section where seniors come and tell their stories. That is the marvelous initiative which you have done on that, because every senior, whatever age it may be, they want to tell their stories. They want somebody to listen to them. That is the biggest problem which seniors of any age they face, because as long as they grow older and older, they feel isolation. We have some discussions on our program on isolation also. By doing all these things, the stories, telling stories, you are making the seniors to involve. So they write their stories, they tell their stories, people read their stories, and I don't know, you get comments on those stories or not. Surely you must be getting comments, and the other people, they can contact them or connect with them, and they feel happy about that. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely. And actually, when we had a seniors advisory committee that helped us decide on what this website should look like. And one thing they said was they don't want stock photos of seniors walking down a beach, or they wanted real seniors from Guelph doing real work. They wanted to be able to see themselves in those individuals that were profiled on the website. So that was a bit of a challenge for the web developers who are not used to working that way, where and they actually recommended, we need to do a photo shoot. So we assembled, I believe it was about 8 seniors, and they came to the photo shoot. They shared their stories of why they volunteer. They brought some kind of an object that represents their volunteer work. So one of the individuals bought a plant because he's a horticultural volunteer. And the seniors told their stories, and we have wonderful shots on the website of real Guelph seniors telling their real stories.
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. Can I just give my suggestion or a comment on that? When you are talking about the photo shoot, how about the videos? If you want to make the videos of the seniors working in their kitchen, working in their, as you said, in their gardens, or horticulturist, or writing a story in his bedroom, sitting. So if he can make a video 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and people can see that senior live as you watch TV. So have you ever thought of that?
So there's the ability for people to submit their own stories, and I believe they could also submit pictures as well. We don't currently have the functionality of the video, but we have actually applied for more funding to make the site more robust, and that was something that we would look at, is the possibility of having videos. The Volunteer Center did have a video project a number of years ago, and some of the organizations, many of them that involve seniors, have done short videos, and we've had a lot of success with that.
So right now I can understand from our discussion what we are having today for New Horizons, that we are talking about the seniors' health, how to get them engaged, and the website itself is seniorsengaged.ca. So any senior can go on that website. He can get engaged right away, today even. So rather than this is my personal opinion, rather than counting the days when my day will come, when I am going to end, because our seniors, no doubt the government of Canada and the provincial government, they are taking care, so much care of our seniors, but there is lot more to be done, and which we are doing, and which your center is doing. That is why our radio station New Horizons program is created, and we are helping the seniors. Any senior who wants to participate in our programs is most welcome. There is not very exhaustive training or anything. We want to, as on your website, we want to hear stories about them. They have lot of talent, like all the years what they have learned, they want to tell the people. And the unfortunate part is, I don't want them to have everything in their mind, and there is nobody. We have the listeners, we have the listenership, so just come to us. You can come to our studio. We can record your interviews on our studios, or you can come live, or you can go to the mobile studio where Kim Log is working on all those things. She has collected a very good content and very good data for the years to come, and people will definitely enjoy and benefit from that.
I think just tying into what you've shared about your personal experience, volunteering is good for health. There's been research in the U.S. that shows that people who volunteer have lower mortality rates, greater functional ability, lower rates of depression, etc., than those who don't volunteer. And these findings are even more significant for older adults who have a wide range of benefits from volunteering, including the physical, the social, and also the cognitive. And some research done in Canada by Volunteer Canada also shows how volunteerism enhances the social support, social inclusion. You talked about isolation before. It reduces the isolation of older adults. So it has multiple benefits, and they actually do show that if you volunteer, you will live longer. And so we kind of think at the Volunteer Center, it's more than just an apple a day that keeps the doctor away, but being involved in your community. And also some of what we know about senior volunteers from the research, they're clear leaders in our community, and they're consistently among the highest, in terms of participation, they're among the highest rate of volunteerism is among seniors. And they also tend to have more time, or at least more flexibility relative to other groups. Seniors we know are very loyal and will stick with the same organization for a period of time if they feel that their involvement is meaningful and if they feel that the organization is well managed. They're very loyal volunteers, and they very much succeed with opportunities that reinforce their sense of social commitment, or where they can work independently and take ownership of the project. And contrary to what might be popular opinion, often they want to do something different than they did, for example, in their paid life when they were employed, maybe before they retired. They want to try new things, develop new skills. And they are also, like many other groups, actually looking for shorter term volunteer opportunities. So this is something also for our nonprofits and charities in the community to be aware of in terms of engaging seniors. These are the kinds of things they're looking for, and this is what they have to give. Yes.
Christine, when you were telling all these plus points and the benefits of having any volunteer or any senior in any volunteer organization or in any organization, I was putting all these plus points on myself. Because whatever benefits, whether it is in US or whether it is in Canada, all these things, they have done a lot towards the health of the volunteers, and those volunteers, they have enjoyed. And as you said, that is why I want to analyze the term which is used for the seniors, which is older adults. They are older, they are like 60s, 70s, 80s, but they work like adults. I put it on myself. Whenever I am giving any opportunity, like volunteer opportunity or working in a company or a factory or a pizza or something, I work like an adult, 18-year-old. So I forget that I am 60 or 70 years old. And another thing which I was listening to you when you were telling that they always want to do something different, something new. Even when I am cooking something in my kitchen, so I tell my wife, I want to do this thing. Maybe in the first time or the second time I fail. I have to throw whatever I cook in the garbage, but I always want to do something different and something new. Maybe because it is my thinking that I am a scientist, basically. I want to try every time new. I'm cooking my bread all the time. I have never bought any bread from any store.
Wow.
I cook my bread myself, and I know what are the ingredients in that. So that is the reason I have lowered my cholesterol, blood pressure, and diabetic my glycemic index values quite low. Wow. Just eating my food. I have never eaten anything outside for the last maybe 30 years. Whatever I eat, I cook myself. I'm not that healthy, as I should say. I take blood pressure pills, I take diabetic pills, but everything is controlled. That is the only reason that I want to educate my seniors who are just thinking, oh, my diabetic, my doctor say you had not to take this, you have not to take. You have to take everything unless it is taken in moderation. So that adds to what were you adding? The things that what seniors bring to the community, and we learn so much. I learn from a person who is 90 years old and much active than me. He is my role model. So we have to be a role model for our past generations, like who are 30 years, 40 years, 50 years old. Am I right, Christine?
Absolutely. And actually, what you're describing reminds me very much of an organization, one of our members called Focus on Nature. And it's a program where youth take pictures in the natural environment after attending a workshop about photography and nature. And the participants are all school children, but a lot of the volunteers are seniors. And we had at our annual event last year, we had someone from Focus on Nature speak about the impact of their volunteer work and what it meant to them. And one of the great benefits of it was that they had the opportunity to connect with and work with younger people. So also in volunteerism, there's the possibility of spending more time with different age ranges. And I think there's so much to be gained out of that. I mean, for the children, the wisdom of the older adults that they connect with is pretty powerful, and vice versa.
I want to tell all my listeners that we are interviewing Christine Oldfield, who is Executive Director, Volunteer Center of Guelph, Wellington. And I'm so thankful once again. In the middle of the interview, almost it's 19 minutes. So she is telling, and I am also discussing with her about volunteerism in seniors. What are the benefits of volunteering? What are the benefits, health benefits, engaging? And she is telling us about the newly created website seniorsengaged.ca, which is specifically only for senior, right?
Yes, for sure. And in terms of some other features on the site, we feature stories of volunteers, and seniors can submit their own stories. But we also have a blog, which is managed by a senior volunteer at the Volunteer Center. Her name's Betty, and she every week highlights a volunteer opportunity she thinks might be of particular interest to a senior. And she also highlights services. So one thing I haven't emphasized as much, but this site includes information on volunteer opportunities, but it also includes information on services and programs in the community. So, and that's an important part of what the Volunteer Center does. We're an information referral hub, and we created a directory that's specific to the needs of seniors. So we have lots of information on organizations and programs and services, who to contact, what the eligibility criteria is. We are constantly keeping up to date on changes in legislation, which changes government programming. So it's also a good place to look if you are needing a service of some sort, or again, if you're a caretaker of someone who needs a service, or a family member of someone who needs a service. It's a great resource for that. So we really think, again, about engaging seniors in the community. Some moments in your life you have something to offer, something to give back through volunteerism, and perhaps at the same time there might be certain services that contribute to your greater quality of life. So we have information about both of those things on the website.
Hey seniors, I'm so excited by listening to the programs and all the activities which Christine is telling, and that's why I said at the beginning, hey seniors, come and get involved. Don't think that now the winter is coming and you have no place to go, nowhere to go. No. You have all the places to go. Just go on seniorsengage.ca. Just sit in your couch or the drawing room or kitchen, do your hobbies, all those things, and just write your stories. We welcome your stories. I think Christine will be looking for good stories, good videos, good photos. I'm not sure about the videos, but she, as already told in the interview itself, that she likes the stories, and even New Horizon is there for you. So there may be other places, other activities where you can go, but don't think I'm requesting all my seniors, and Christine is also inviting all the seniors. Don't think that the winter is coming and for the next 4 months we have to be inside the room not doing anything, just waiting for the summer to come and enjoy and all those things. There are a lot more to do, and get engaged.
I wonder if it'd be okay to share one of the stories on our website. Sure. And I'm going to read it as this was written, because it was written by a woman named Marnie, and she says it best in her own words. And although she wrote it from the third person, but volunteering can be deeply personal, especially for Marnie Allen, who spends her time as a facilitator of the Hospice Wellington volunteer training course. Back in August 2006, Marnie drove into the parking lot of the Presbyterian Church on the corner of Scottsdale and Courtright to check out what hospice was all about and signed up for training that started in the fall. She reignited a passion for teaching, and the rest is a wonderful story of love and compassion. She has been intimately involved in 15 training sessions. She knew the theory of how to be a solid hospice volunteer. Our duties are simple: show up, listen to incredible stories, and care. We have ears with heart. We just button up and listen, she says. Marnie says she has learned lessons that have been life-altering. She says she really gets it, that dying is normal, and it is important to laugh and live right until your last breath. There are no mistakes as she drove into that parking lot that day. It was to prepare her for a tremendous, challenging time as a caregiver for her ex-husband, Terry. Marnie says the life skills she learned and taught had her ready to create a good death for her and her husband. Although she was sorry he was sick and passed away too young, she still sees the positive in life and death. This attitude helped me when Terry took his last breath. I was holding his hand, expressing love, and was able to say, "Go in peace," and take leave from suffering. And Marnie was actually one of the models for our photo shoot. And to the photo shoot, she brought a series of stones carved out in the shape of hearts. And she said, those hearts mean I am sharing my heart and sharing all I can give to others. What I give out, I get back tenfold. And that's very much how she describes her experience with Hospice Wellington, which is an incredible organization. So volunteering is both an opportunity to give back, but I think, as Marnie has said, you get back tenfold as well. in those positive experiences.
Really, Christine, you have this story has really moved myself. It is so emotional that I could barely control my tears. So, on one hand, when I say that I am deeply impressed by this, but on the other hand, the positive part of this is let all our seniors get this positive energy from these types of stories, and the people and your family, friends, and all the organization which we have, they are there to help you. Don't feel yourself that you are isolated. Everybody is there to help you, and as she said, till to the last breath, have the positive energy and infuse the positive energy in the other people who think otherwise negative. So it's a very good story, and I invite on behalf of Christine, I invite you on New Horizons, and Christine is inviting you on seniors.engage.ca. Come here, write good stories, and share your experiences, valuable experiences which you have learned over the years with their fellow senior adults, older adults.
I thank you so much, Arun, for promoting the site so much. I think some part of the value of it is that seniors can go there and they see other people that are like them, and actually that's one of the benefits of volunteering that's not as talked about as much, but the opportunity that volunteering presents to connect with other people that are like-minded, and it's a social network that you create when you go to volunteer with people who have the same passions and interests as you do. And I think you have certain structures in when you're before you retire and you're in the world of work, there are certain social networks that are created for you, and I suspect that that's a little bit different after you retire. You don't necessarily have those same structures in which to hold those social networks. So volunteering is a great way to connect with other people. I know one of the things that our volunteers here say at the office is they come every day because they want to work with such great people, which is a great compliment to us and all of our staff here. But I think that's a significant part of it. It's getting out, kind of, as you said, Arun, not to be stuck at home because it's winter and getting out is difficult, but to get out, to connect with other people, to make a difference, to share your skills and wisdom. That's all the things that volunteering can bring. And I do need to remember that we have one other service specific to volunteers that I don't want to forget about before the end of this program, but I'll return it to you.
Christine, thank you very much. My battery is getting low, and we are already done the interview for more than 27 minutes. And if you have the final words to say and bless our seniors with your good words, so only 1 or 2 minutes are left. Your final words, please.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that we run a program called Snow Angels for seniors and persons with disabilities who cannot shovel their own driveway. We connect those individuals with volunteers, mostly neighbors, who will come and shovel the drives for you. So if you are interested, or you know somebody who would be interested in having someone come and shovel their snow for you, please contact the Volunteer Center. And again, it presents another wonderful volunteer opportunity, often for a young person, to make a difference in the way that they can.
So with all my compliments, and thank you very much, Christine, for agreeing to interview for the New Horizons seniors at such a short notice. I believe I myself love very much when people agree to help, and you are doing your center as well as you yourself are doing a great job in helping all our seniors. And my best wishes to seniorsengage.ca, the website, and the Guelph Wellington Volunteer Center, and inviting all the seniors and wishing them a happy, I should say Christmas, because it's now happy Christmas, happy life, and enjoy, and come with us, get engaged. Thank you very much.